Does anybody know anything about the next case I want to go over? Iowa State NORML group.
This is the only one I didn't see in one of the lectures, but I did look it up.
Oh,
they're the reason that AGC is a pain in the ass.
Yes.
And we can't have any cool or fun merch.
Yes.
And everything sucks all the time. It's because a bunch of pot smokers wanted to have a fucking cannabis leaf on an Iowa State shirt.
That is the knee-jerk reaction. And let me explain.
Yeah, I know it's more nuanced, but it does suck when you're trying to deal with the trademark office, and all of that is because of this.
It is. It is. Hold on. Hold on a second. All right, so if everybody looks up Iowa State University NORML. NORML is a student organization. Okay. Hold on a second. We need to get the old. This is back in, gosh, here we go. All right. The Iowa State University student orgs. All right. Little bit of background. Ben, you were exactly right. This is the type of thing why running any student org is so difficult these days. Okay, I'm going to give a little background here on this. All right, Ben, your description was, yeah, we can't have fun things today because of a bunch of pot smokers, right? Is that basically your summation of it?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
In a nutshell? Okay. Here, in the interest of full disclosure, I've never smoked pot in my life. Okay. Right?
All right.
No. True. No, this is true. I can't stand the smell of pot. I can't even stand to be around cigarettes. I damn sure can't stand, the closest. Okay, I did, however, go to a Metallica concert in the 90s in Hilton Coliseum. So I got a lot of secondhand smoke there. Okay.
They played in the Hilton Coliseum. That's so sick.
What's that?
They played in the Hilton Coliseum. That's awesome.
Oh, they did, man. Well, let me tell you, the 90s, they had kick-ass concerts around here. Saw Metallica live in the round in...
I don't think your story's lining up. You told me you hung out at the country bar, but you also tell me you hate the smell of cigarettes.
I did.
I don't think these two things can intersect quite like you're making it sound.
Two things can be true at the same time. Here.
They can be.
They can. I can like Metallica and George Strait. In the 90s was peak times for both. Country music. John, back me up on this. You know this is true.
People were definitely smoking Marlboro 100s in that bar.
You darn right they were. Every place did. It was the 90s, man. You couldn't go into any bar. It didn't matter which one. Cigarette smoke was so thick, like you'd leave, take off your clothes at night, and they would smell like the inside of an ashtray. John, Tazzles, back me up.
True. And you could not sit over the ground at any concert and not get high from secondhand marijuana.
So basically,
so John, what's that?
I mean,
yeah, John.
Bring back the good old days. I want to go to a smoke-filled bar.
No, you don't.
A concert where you can't see the stage; it's so hazy.
Okay,
the 90s was way better.
Yes. Okay, John's right. The 90s were better. Okay, I mean, there was no social media, no cell phones. My instructors never emailed me because that wasn't a thing. Okay, John and I were the first students to get email addresses. Did you get one, John?
I don't recall.
Yeah, you never used it.
Apple News, I think, in the computer lab at Iowa State.
Exactly. I had to use it in like my stupid English class, but otherwise I never would have used the email because nobody used it. Come on now. You didn't even check that thing. Okay.
So you're telling me back in the day my professor wouldn't have called me out for ice fishing over email?
Exactly. That is truth.
Don't know how he found out.
Yeah, I know. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest thing how I realized you were ice fishing. Okay, but you're exactly right. Okay. That being said, so I'm telling you, I despise the smoke but I also believe in freedom. What I really believe is you should still be able to smoke in a bar. And if I was a bar owner, I I should be able to start a bar that doesn't allow smoking. And then you as individuals could decide, are you going to go to my bar that doesn't allow smoking, or are you going to go to the one across the street that does? Right? So then, you know, Ben and his type can go across the street. Just kidding, Ben, just kidding. All right.
I think I should be able to walk into a dive bar and have a Camel Crush without anybody breathing down my neck.
I think you should be able to have the choice. So that if you didn't, but here, if you didn't want to be around that smoke, you
Agreed,
should.
but the free market will dictate the necessity
Exactly.
of both establishments.
That's exactly how I feel. And if the one that allows smoking does better, then they do better. And if the one that doesn't allow smoking does better, then hey, they make more money. You don't serve the public, and then the free market determines which is the right way. In my personal opinion. Back to the NORML and the pot smokers, right? I can't stand pot smoking. I can't. However, I believe in a student organization's right if they think that they want to publicize the benefits of marijuana smoking and they want a club that is all about the legalization of marijuana, they should have one. In fact, Iowa State agreed with this because NORML was a club. Just like AGC is a club, for those of you not in the construction engineering program, Association of General Contractors is the largest student organization that we have in civil and construction engineering. We have, okay, Ben, you're the vice president. How many people show up for a meeting regularly, and how many members do they have?
Active, I don't even know.
Give me a
People
guess.
who attend regularly
yeah,
is between like 40 and 80.
Okay.
We had over 30 on this fall break trip who
Okay.
went to service Northwestern Iowa. Soph was there,
Which is
shout out.
awesome.
She left early though.
I did
Coward.
not. I actually stayed later to
Oh, that's
clean
right.
up
You
your
didn't
mess.
go the last day. You cleaned. That's right. My bad.
That's right. Yeah. Libel, quit slandering her. At least she made it here in person. Just saying, Ben.
True.
Okay. All right. So, but my point is that they are a recognized student organization.
Sorry. Gia. Gianna. That's my sister.
All right.
Sorry.
All right. So they are a recognized student organization at Iowa State. They wanted to have a T-shirt. Okay. They wanted to change. You know, they had NORML across it with size face as the O. I think that was the deal. There is a process. Ben, tell us about the process for trademark police.
Honestly, the process isn't that hard. It's just that you get
No.
rejected about 15 times before they actually approve it.
Okay.
You'll make a logo design,
Mhm.
and you'll submit that design to the Office of Trademarks, and then
Right.
if there's more than one logo on the shirt, you have to fill out the form multiple times to get every logo that's on the shirt. Like if the front and the back's different, or
Yep.
this or that, or whatever.
Okay.
You got to keep doing it, and then they will
Okay.
definitely find something that is wrong because of whatever. Send it back, you fix it. Then they find something else that part didn't change at all, but now it's wrong because they have to have a problem with it. Send
Right.
it back, fix it, over and over, round and round, so you finally get a logo they approve.
All right. So the NORML group did that back in 2013. They actually got it approved and T-shirts made. In other words, Iowa State had a policy. NORML's like, hey, we're a student org. We want a T-shirt. Here's our idea for a T-shirt. They submitted the design for the T-shirt. Iowa State, the which was not as big of a deal back then. Iowa State's legal, the student org approval process. They approve the T-shirt. They print the T-shirts, and then Iowa State, specifically President Leith, I guess, heard from somehow someone at government level heard about the NORML T-shirt and they didn't like it. And so they called Leith up, and he was the president at the time. Okay, President Leith called him, and they're like, hey, we don't like Cy being on the pot smokers T-shirt. Ben, what do you think about that? Pot smokers having their T-shirt.
I think it's great.
You think it's great?
Yeah,
I thought you didn't. I thought
let
you
them
were,
do it. I don't listen. I'm not saying that would be a shirt I would personally. Actually, I think it'd be kind of funny to wear that around,
Yeah.
especially the county building.
Yeah.
People get a kick out of that, but
People get a kick out
I
of that.
think if you want to make a damn shirt, make a damn shirt.
Well, that's what they did. They followed the
Freedom of
process.
speech, First Amendment. Let's go.
Yeah, they followed the process. There's like, okay, there's a process. All right, we'll follow it. Here's our design. We printed it. And now the university is saying you can't do that. We don't like Cy being on the pot smoking T-shirt, and you need to stop it, and you can't print anymore. And we're shutting that down because we don't like it. Okay. What do we think about that as a result?
I'm surprised.
Sophia, what do you think? You look awfully
What's that?
insightful over there.
I'm not sure why you're asking me specifically, but I think that it's odd that they didn't have an extra screening of that before they sent it out. Maybe
Why?
from their.
An extra screening? What do you mean an extra screening? They already have a review process. They went through the review process. Why would the idea that a group that wants to legalize marijuana, why should they have an extra screening process?
I think that if you're coming from that stance where they shouldn't have to have an extra screening, then they shouldn't be, the shirt shouldn't be revoked. The privilege to print those shirts should not be revoked.
Should not be revoked.
If it wasn't an issue primarily.
Okay.
But.
All right. Ben says print the shirt. Will, you got an opinion on this?
Yeah, I agree that there should be an extra screening process, but the
Why?
fact that they are
Just to them or to every group?
to
I was
every
saying
group,
every
not
group.
just them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
you're
those-
saying not just them, but every group should have a screening process. Because, I mean, God
Yeah.
knows what Ben would put on a T-shirt if we didn't look at
Right.
him. I mean, come on now.
Right.
Come on now, Ben.
Especially for AGC.
Right. John, did we have any offensive T-shirts back in the 90s?
Every T-shirt.
T-shirt. Yeah, we
The
didn't.
problem is back in the '90s, if you were offended,
Yeah.
you were just offended.
Yeah, you were a wuss, right? You're
was-
you're offended. I don't care.
You didn't care, and I have a feeling there's plenty of groups that have T-shirts at Iowa State that offend other people.
Right?
As
Was it
long
the-
as that Iowa State is not promoting an illegal substance,
Ooh,
they
here.
approved the T-shirt.
Here's a question. Were they promoting an illegal substance?
I don't believe they were promoting it by letting a club have a T-shirt. There was
Is the club
plenty of incense and cloves burning in Helzer Hall in the 90s.
Okay,
I don't
true
think
enough.
they promoted
True
it.
enough.
They
True
just,
enough.
it happened, right?
Well, their group is based on political advocacy. In other words,
Right.
their whole premise of their group is this is the law and we think it should be changed. Right?
And there's plenty of advocacy groups.
There are plenty
for
of
plenty
advocacy
subjects
groups. Right? There's all
that
sorts of
many people are offended by. So why is that any different other than the personal belief of one person that didn't like the T-shirt,
Exactly.
which
And-
was
and-
actually approved?
Which was actually approved. That is the entire point. All right, here, and I want everyone to understand. My point on it is that, like, I don't care about the pot smokers in their T-shirt. I wouldn't buy one. I wouldn't wear one. I don't want to be around pot smoking. Okay, but the problem is that if we sit here and go, you know what, they're picking on a group I don't care about, right? Fine. Don't let them have the T-shirt. I don't like them anyway. What happens when they get around to something that you do care about? And this was the reaction.
Like putting walking Cy with a hammer on a shirt. We can't even do that anymore.
The
I know
AGC
it.
logo.
Terrible.
I know. Actually, I've got that Cy with the hammer. You'll notice on my office door, there's that Cy with a
Yeah.
hammer, right? And they
I've
are
seen
not
that closed
coming.
door a lot.
Yeah, they are not coming. Well, because of the fire code, right? But they're not coming to take that sticker. There will be serious problems if someone tries that. Someone from
Is that a
trademark
threat?
police tried to come and take that off my door. That's been there for decades. All right, here's the problem: is that so what they let's see here. Here we go. In the intervening months, let's see here, interviewed numerous President Leith, they all tried to justify, the president and the dean of students and everyone else, they tried to justify why canceling the shirt was appropriate or why it was justified to do that, right? And they said, here, they tried to re-up the policy to claim that they revised the trademark policy to prohibit, and I quote, dangerous, illegal, or unhealthy products, actions, or behaviors. Anybody see a problem with that particular wording?
Unhealthy can be interpreted differently.
Sure can. What else could be
If
interpreted
I started a fast food club, could I print a shirt or not?
Ooh,
Exactly.
good point.
I think it's all a magnification of the attack on the freedom of speech
It is.
that we're living through in today's age, where we didn't have that in the 90s. And every year it gets amplified even more. The attack on what's popular to attack.
Yes. John, obviously John and I have lived through the same time frame, and I would wholeheartedly agree. Is that we've entered, and this is why on my podcast here, I definitely want to have discussions about things that we do not agree with, things that you might find offensive, things that you might find that you don't necessarily agree with, because having those discussions is much better than just screaming about it or saying I'm offended or you can't talk about that or whatever it is. We've lost as a society. I'm kind of getting down a sidetrack here for a second, but I do want to say it. I think as a society, we're losing our ability to have a rational discussion. We're losing our ability to disagree with each other without hating each other. Good Lord, look at this last election. You don't need any other proof. And we need to be able to talk about the problems of society with people we don't necessarily agree with. And this is the thing that bugs me so much about this particular lawsuit, is that somebody says, I don't like pot smoking. Let's just yank them. And then they're caught on it. They're called to the carpet. They're like, hey, that's unfair. Oh, wait, we rewrote our policy. Anything that we deem dangerous. Well, here's a question. Think about all the student orgs that would apply to. Would that apply to AGC?
The boxing club.
Yeah, the boxing club. The
AGC
rodeo
definitely
club?
violates some OSHA conduct guides every here and there.
Exactly. To be honest, if that was the standard, literally they could get rid of damn near every Iowa State org that there is under one of those guises. And that's
You can't be selective. It has to be all or nothing.
Exactly. And that's why they lost. Iowa State ended up paying out lawyer fees and like it took like 4 years, but they ended up paying out a couple of $100,000 if I remember right. Hold on. I got the Wikipedia thing up here on my other screen. Let me look at it real quick. Let me see how much they end up paying out. All right, what was the aftermath? I don't know. This just goes on for pages and pages and pages and pages. So I guess I know the normal group, the pot smokers won. Iowa State ended up paying out tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I think it was originally around 92,000 and got bumped to 120 is what I think I saw. Around 100,000.
Around $100,000 over a T-shirt. How stupid is that? And in all honesty, while I don't agree with their student org or their cause, I agree that they come for their First Amendment rights, and it's a slippery slope to everybody's.
I mean,
I don't know that it's a First Amendment issue, though, because it's not like the campus was saying that the university was saying you can't wear those shirts on campus. This isn't a Tinker versus Des Moines Schools, where Des Moines Schools said that you couldn't wear black armbands. This is a case not about whether or not you have the free speech rights to wear the shirt, but about whether the university wants its logo on the shirt. And so,
the First Amendment part,
two completely different things.
Well, not from the reading. Where it got to be a First Amendment right is that they were trying to impose a standard on just the one org that they disagreed with.
And at that point, then it's not about wearing the shirt.
No, it's not about wearing the
it's
shirt.
about-
No, not about wearing the shirt. It was
So it's about the university applying arbitrary and capricious rules with regard to who they
yes.
approve and who they don't approve. So
And-
so they just needed Iowa State just needed to be better about how they denied it, and they weren't careful enough in their wording, because there are
Well-
lots of ways that you can deny things that you
Sure.
don't like under the guise of health or safety or whatever.
Right.
They they just didn't do that well enough.
Well,
right?
and the thing here is that, and I think the reason they really lost is that they had a policy. The student org followed the policy, and then it wasn't until after that it was approved that then they decided they didn't like the content and tried.
Right, and likely because some wealthy donor was the one to complain, because
it
Iowa
was-
State
it was-
then followed the money.
It was actually the state. It was like a senator or a state representative that complained to Leith. That was actually under deposition. I tell you what, President Leith stepped all over himself on those depositions.
Mhm.
You know, once again, we don't. This is where it gets fascinating. You know, as Nikki referred to something that we're going to talk about later in class, discovery. And actually, that might be a great one to have on a separate podcast, because we are running close on time here. But discovery and all the things that can come out during discovery and the things that can be learned and what the process is. And sadly, everyone here that ends up going into construction will most likely have to go through the process at some point, right? John, have you ever been sued? You don't have to answer that. Never mind, right?
I haven't been sued.
You haven't?
Nope.
Awesome. You're a rare bird in the construction world.
I mean, I've had people that told me they wanted more money, but
Yeah,
that wasn't. I
that's
haven't been
different.
sued. I haven't built something bad. I haven't
Yeah.
harmed anybody. I haven't done anything like that. No.
That is awesome. Okay.
John's the goat. Long story short.
John's the goat. John's the goat, right? Okay, but John, would you describe yourself as the norm in our industry or rare in our industry?
I think I would describe myself as extremely rare.
Exactly. I likewise.
And
Now, I've been in
your entire
academia for the
podcast.
last 20 years, so right, but I've never been sued or deposed on any building I've designed, and that makes me fairly rare as an engineer as well. But I have the advantage of hiding here in academia for the last 20 years and not doing as much engineering as a normal engineer would over that time period. All right. Any other thoughts on the normal student lawsuit?
Brad, I got family supper. I gotta go.
Yep. Hey, it's 7:00. We got to wrap up as well. Okay. Hey, Ben.
Thank you, Nikki and John. You were very insightful, as
Thank
well
you.
as Will. You were a willing participant.
What about me?
And thanks, Brad and Soph, for hosting.
Yeah,
Have a good one, guys.
Wait. You forgot the one that showed up here in person.
No, he said at the end.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Whatever.
Save the best for
yeah,
last.
Yeah, I gave everybody their flowers.
All right.
Bye,
All right.
everybody.
All
Bye,
right. Hey, join us on another one, okay?
Yeah, we'll do.
All right. All right. Well, with that, he is right. It is time to wrap up. I need to get out of this place because I was here all week in grading. Okay. And John and Nikki, I did just grade Sophia's final project for my class. So, she did well. So
They got it. I sent it to them
job.
immediately.
Oh, you did. You told them.
Yes.
All right. Well, it was a bunch of work. So, all right. Hey, would you
Good
guys
talking
be
to
willing
you.
to join us again sometime for this? This is.
Sure.
I'd
Absolutely.
love to have you back, and maybe what could be fun is have them, all of you, come here, and then because this table has multiple spots, and it'd just be easier to do it in person than this way.
Mordini takeover.
Yeah, the Mordini takeover of the Student Innovation Center. We can talk construction and law issues.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us tonight.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having me.
All right. Well, that's going to conclude this particular episode. We sure appreciate everyone that called in or joined us live. All right. We will have more of these podcast sessions, so stay tuned.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Had a few hiccups, but
Well, now we know what to avoid next time.
yes.
And we lost our booth person. But, no, just to see how we close out. I wonder if it's still recording.
All right.
Is it still recording?
It probably is.
Well, that was fun.
That was fun.
I did like that. That was.
Well,
Maybe we'll-
I was kind of hoping that we could do, this type of setup.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope it did get recorded.
I hope so too. I was thinking that like kind of halfway through. What if it just didn't? What if they forgot to record?
Well, that's why I had him record both the Zoom meeting and the cameras, so that hopefully something is recorded, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll work on, they're closed Thursday, so,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah, so, I think they're closed next Monday too, so it might not be till next Thursday till we can do another one.
Okay.
But in all seriousness, what'd be fun is not do a call-in one, just do one with you and your parents.
Yeah.
And,
They definitely do that.
would they, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, okay, so maybe, let me check, what time would work best? Do they both work? Would we have to
They
do
do
it at 5?
work. They both have their own businesses, so.
Okay, so they get a little flexible?
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't you talk to them about doing another one?
I will.
For maybe like Thursday of next week? Okay. Hey, when was the next time we could get into the studio again? Thursday of next week?